Hello everybody, I'm the Monarch of Dragons, and well, what do we have here? Capcom being a bunch of sneaky rats and catching me off guard while I'm on school, deciding to release a trailer. How sneaky of you. But, fortunately, I have been freed from the shackles of school. At least, for today. For now. And now, I can finally do the most generic video a person on the internet can ever do to a video. Reaction videos. In all seriousness, guys, I have been waiting to do this for all day by this point. You'll understand. Since 5 a.m. for me, at least for my time, this video has been taunting me, and of people talking it, of videos uploading it. It has just been ridiculous, and I've just been blocked first by school, and then things happening, not good enough times for recording, and just things have been blocking me in general. So now I finally have the time to do this, and what say you, and let's get into this. Ba-bang! Is that lava Seof? Ooh, this desert area is looking new. What? No. Oh my gosh. What's up with the lag? Those are new bird enemies. Oh, I love the sliding. What the heck? Frickin'. You know what? Let's turn down the quality. I know this isn't the best to do, but let's see. Technical difficulties, everybody. Sorry about that. Let's wait for the video to load out. Technical difficulties. Alright. What the heck are those fish enemies? What the heck? Yeah, my boy! Bar off! Any third-gen monster... Look at that mud! That is actually looks really cool. That's... Mud's lava Seof? Oh, that's cool! I love how... Oh my gosh. What the heck is that? What is that? It just looks so Oh my... What? Is it like a dodo? Chameleon thing. What the heck is that? There are birds and... Of course, Diablos. Everyone knew Diablos was going to come back. He is a staple of the series and almost appears in every game in the series, so it's almost impossible to expect him not to come back. We get to see more hunters being cool. Mud lava Seof. What the heck? I thought that was a spider enemy. Never mind. Jagras. Oh! The freaking hammer spin. Oh my gosh. This game is just looking more and more amazing. Capcom, we can't take this. This thing is so weird, but I love it. What the heck? What the heck? What? Oh my. What is that? What is that? Oh, of course. There's sausages in the monster world? Are you serious? Out of all the things you can feed to a cat, sausages. And no, not that kind of sausages. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's run through the trailer again. See if we can spot anything. So, at the beginning, we clearly see Mud's lava Seof right there in the background, just kind of swimming along. Honestly, he looks... Mud Seof? I don't know. He looks pretty similar to Lava Seof in terms of design. It seems like a few things are different about him. Makes me actually wonder if Lava Seof's gonna return. I love this fast motion. The WildSpire Waste looks like an amazing area. These So that's a new monster. These guys. They're not Remobras from what we can check. They definitely don't look like Remobras, so they're definitely something new to this game. A new small monster, exclusive to the WildSpire Waste, I would assume. There's actual ants, and there's fish monsters. Oh my gosh. This is like the dunes from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate combined with the sandy plains, especially with all the mud-based areas, and I love that. The only reason why there was even water remotely in the sandy plains, besides being, well, a reservoir for monsters to drink and stuff, it was mainly used as a gimmick for Baroff, because, you know, mud rolling, going to that area to get his armor back. The sandy plains was mostly revolved around Baroff and the whole mechanic. And honestly, while I did love the sandy plains, it kind of made it feel bland. Like, find an area free with the mud pit, being like, well, this area is only for Baroff. So, I really like how, as shown with this trailer, they've got the Mud Seof and the Baroff, as well as these fish monsters in the pond that, so no longer is Baroff just plainly exclusive to the mud roll. Now, Mud Seof and these fish enemies can also go in the mud. Also, I'm actually finding it interesting that we actually get to fight in the water. It's not exactly underwater combat, so to say. Rip underwater combat. We'll forever miss you. But it's still pretty cool to see the visual effects and actually see the hunters fighting in different terrain other than flat, dry land, even if it's such a small, minute difference. We see them swinging from vines. There's that little bird monster. Come on, video. This bugger right here. This may as well just be the most unique bird wyvern we've ever had. Like, he freaking looks like a dodo bird. And that's the first impression I get from this guy. He's a dodo bird. He looks like one, and he seems to act like one. Or it. I'm not making assumptions. And I think this guy, besides the Great Dragress, might actually be a beginning level monster. I mean, it depends, but it's very interesting. Like, the whole dinosaurian vibe that they're going with, oh gosh, for the latest designs. Because first we had Anjanath, who was based off the recent theory that dinosaurs didn't actually have scales, but also had feathers. And as such, Anjanath was designed with the little feather mane at the back to go along with the theory. So now we have this guy, which seems very similar to various different species of velociraptor-like animals back then, who also had feathers. So it seems like that for this entry, a lot of the monster or dinosaur-esque designs, but they're going for a more avian, bird-like appearance, which honestly I'm fine with, because the past few bird wyverns, the jaggies, the dromes, the macaw, have all been kind of sharing the same aesthetical design. Just basically a velociraptor with maybe a few elemental differences. But we've never seen a bird wyvern like this, like a feathered bird wyvern. A raptorial one that still acts like a jaggy or drome, whatever you want to say, but is distinct enough to not be a clone. And I think that's actually pretty cool that Capcom gave such a monster like this, just nudge the mic, like such a unique air and personality to it. Like, I was actually legitimately surprised when it picked up the rock and actually deflected the hunter's attack, not monsters. But that actually just goes to show, like, all the advances they're making in World. Like, monsters fighting each other, a living global world system, a living ecosystem, and most of all, monsters adapting new tactics and strategies. I'm just loving how these new monsters are turning out. Third generation is always standing around as my most nostalgic generation, not just because it was the one I started with, but because the roster of monsters were so unique. if anything, third generation was kind of like a soft reboot for the series. It barely brought back any of the old monsters and instead wanted to bring a fresh air to the series. And I think that World is actually heading into the same direction. What with there supposedly not being too many monsters to return, which pretty much seems evident. I was actually afraid that they were only going to return like the classics. Like, I knew Diablos and Rathian is pretty much confirmed to be in World because wherever Rathalos is, there's always Rathian. But I never thought that they would include third generation monsters because they weren't famous. Like, they weren't known by fans that well or not that popular. Unless if someone can actually correct me on that. By the way, is Baroff actually popular? I would like to actually know that because as far as I know in terms of Brute Wyverns, he's not that popular compared to ones like Devil Joe. But it actually really makes me happy that they bring back a third generation monster to this game. And there's little crab-like things that roll boulders? I don't know. Oh my gosh, Baroff looks so cool. Apsaros. Baroff, baby, I love you! You just look so cool. There's something about Baroff in this trailer that just makes it feel so awe-inspiring. Like, Baroff has always been one of my favorites from third generation, just due to his design. And this trailer, like the look it gives him, from the mud, from the drying mud, to the scales, to the crest, he even looks bigger than he originally did. It just all makes him seem so imposing and so cool, and I could gush on and on about the third generation for days and its monsters. Oh. Taking a sip of water because my breath. And I always get to see more gameplay of the hunters and monsters. It actually makes mud clots on the ground. So instead of just like puddles like we're used to in terms of mud, it actually makes puddles, rocks in the ground. That's interesting. So it's not just like a puddle that stays there, it's this, which I think is a pretty nice change to make to the status ailment. Yeah, it slowly dissipates. Did I just see him have a new attack? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong if that's a new form of the attack, but I'm pretty sure Baroff always had that shoulder charge, but mud never flew off of it. So it seems like that not only are they making monsters like Baroff return, but they're also making tweaks to the attacks. And thank you, Capcom. Thank you. Because while I do love you bring back old monsters that new players can always fight, ones that they never got to fight, it's good, to give old monsters an update. And then there's Mud Lava Sea. It seems like that he has more fins than Lava Sea. Like, I can't tell that many differences. He seems to have a more bald-like head. I just love the fighting in the water. It looks so hectic. So yeah, it seems to be pretty much it pretty much seems to be like a Lava Sea clone in term. I wouldn't say clone. It just has a Lava Sea-esque design. Like, I mean, the only notable difference that comes to mind, besides the coloring being all gray and stuff, and by the way, is it actually blood appearing on the monster? If so, that's pretty cool, because I've heard that there have been complaints, people saying, oh, Monster Hunter isn't bloody enough, it's all just dust and particles. Well, here you go. Here's some blood. Not just spraying off the monster, but also sticking to the monster. Attention to detail. I love it. But besides the color scheme, maybe the fins, the only major difference I see in Mud Seoth, as I call it, would be the head design. It looks more like bald. But other than that, I don't know. But the biggest, I think my favorite has to be this guy. Just, it's so weird. But it fits so well. It looks so much like a dodo bird. And it just, I love it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. So it actually picks up rocks from the ground to use in battle. And actually, when we first saw it, it was holding a pot. So from what I can gather, it actually collects objects in the environment or digs them up to use, whether to throw them or kick them or to use it to block attacks. That's actually pretty interesting, because I'll be honest, find the same kind of Jaggy and Drome was getting a little bit boring. Now, Macau kind of spiced it up because of a kangaroo tail and kick, but not all that much. So to see a monster like this use whole new strategies that we've never saw before from normal raptorial bird wyverns is just awesome. And I love its design. It looks so derpy. It's a Yankaku basically. And I just love how it deflects that. It's so derpy. It's so derpy. Do you see it stumble? It stumbles with the boulder. Oh my gosh. And then there's this. It's Chameleos 2.0. Because I'm actually going to bring up some pictures online, or on the screen right now. But this looks exactly like the concept art for Chameleos. It's a more real-life version of a chameleon with a monster take on it. Oh, what the frick? Okay, so it seems it got like a flying bird kind of... No, not flying bird. Flying wyvern kind of posture. And I know that this is something kind of debated, and especially in my monster movie trailers, saying that flying wyverns like Rathalos aren't supposed to stay on the ground. That's because there's two different kind of flying wyverns. True and pseudo. Pseudo like Tigrex, true like Rathalos. And this seems to be going for a true flying wyvern like design. It's got a little bit of a claws at the tip of it, but it seems like it's going for a more true wyvern-esque design. I like its color scheme. There's not many monsters in the series that have green as a color scheme. It just looks so unique, and also it's got a ton. Oh, that's so weird. And of course, Diablos. And it's either a monster you love or a monster you hate. Oh, I'm loving the environments. It looks so beautiful. Not only do you have sunset, night, and day, because in previous iterations, like, the environments were kind of restricted in how they looked. Like, yeah, okay, so you see what I mean? Like, in terms of Mudseosphere. Like, look at that head. That is a bald-esque head. Like, boy, did you just clip off all your hair? Little chrome dome. But one of the things that's always kind of bugged me about previous generations, not too much to the point where it wasn't a problem, was environments. Like, very few zones actually had time changes. Like, there was, of course, 9-day cycles, but there weren't anything like these. And of course, I know I'm expecting a little bit too much in terms of previous games, but it still served its purpose. But I think it's pretty cool that they're advancing like this to have actual progressing time as you play. That is so... That hammer spin! Now I know what you mean, Hellkite. Now I know what you mean. That is freaking amazing. Can we get that one more time again? Just bam, bam, bam! Oh my gosh. And of course, Lawn Sword. Yeah. So it seems like that with old monsters returning, they've actually built it up from the ground. Like, I heard that they actually remodeled Rathalos's skeleton or whatever to go with the new engine, and that probably includes giving him new moves. So it seems like that every old monster that is returning, such as Baroth, Diablos, and Rathalos, are actually getting their own makeovers in terms of skeletons, animations, and attacks, which is pretty freaking cool. And this is what I mean. Like the dodo bird kicking the boulder. That is so... It's so derpy, but it's so cool. And then there's freaking this. No. No, 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 no. You better not let... You better not let Baroth die from this freaking fish. I will burn a copy of MHWorld. Not literally, of course. Like, I just love the interactions between the monsters. It makes it feel so living. And then what the frick is... Okay, it looks volcano-ish. It's got like magma rock. It seems to be in like a crater or like a canyon, judging by how it rises in the area around it. Like, let's see if we can actually get some more shots of it, because I'm actually legitimately interested into what this is. And I kind of have a speculation and I might know what it is. Yeah, so it's in a canyon. This is a new area. Unless if I'm mistaken, unless it's part of the WildSpire waste, this is a new area. What the frick is up with that back? It's got like castles, buildings. What even? I love it. Like that's something I've heard a lot of people say about World, that they actually prefer to have a more realistic design. And you know what? I'm not going to argue with you, because everyone has their own preferences in terms of which design and style they like more and stuff. Whether they like more ridiculous styles of character design or more simplistic or realistic. It's all up to you. But personally, like, I think a good mix is perfect. Like, we have the more realistic monsters like Anjanath, the little dodo bird, and then you have more ridiculous monsters like this. And I think that if it was one over the other, then the series would get stale. Like, if there was too many ridiculous looking monsters, then it just wouldn't be taken seriously. And if there wasn't any ridiculous looking monsters, then it would just kind of lose its spice, since we would see the same old dinosaur or dragon-esque design. So, I mean, I'm sorry if I actually repeated my statements. What I meant to say was, if we have too much or too many overdramatic designs, like, people lose interest and not take it seriously. But if they don't and have too many simple designs, then it won't draw on the eyes of people. Like, it will be the same dinosaur template or design over and over again. So I think what they're doing for World, having a mix between both, is perfect. You have the simplistic old designs, which are more realistic for the old fans, and then you have more complicated, dramatic designs like frickin' this thing for the new fans, for people who love stylish and overdramatic designs. I just love this thing. I don't even know what this is. It could be a new Elder Dragon or whatever. Could not be an Elder Dragon. Whatever it is, I am loving this thing. Like, what even is this? And of course, Fina Palico sausages. Where do they even get sausages in Monster World? Like, in the Monster Universe, like, where even? Oh gosh, that was like 24 minutes of me talking. I don't know. My throat is dying, that's all I know. And all that I can say is my hype is off the limits. And I think we've got a lot more to cover in terms of Monster World, because that end monster, that's definitely something I want to talk about. So, and I think I actually might have a good idea as to what that monster could be. So, expect another breakthrough on this trailer at a later date, talking specifically about that end reveal monster. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, even if it wasn't as crazy as my previous reaction video. I'm sorry that I am having to resort to these kind of simplistic style videos, but understand, school's going on for me, don't have as much time to edit complicated projects and dedicate entire... Just, school's been more busy for me. I've been getting more homework lately. In just the first week alone, I've been having to spend more time on it. It's a downgrade and kill, I know, but that's just kind of how the world rolls. And if you like this video, then why not hit that like and favorite and subscribe button? Why not tell me what you think in the comment section below, whether you're hyped, whether you're concerned, and just generally what are your thoughts on the trailer. By the way, I also have an official Monarch of Dragons Discord, which I'll link in the description below in case you want to join. And, you know, if you ever want to follow me on social media outside of YouTube, then you can go check out my Twitter and keep up to date as to what I'm doing. That'll be all for today, guys. I am the Monarch of Dragons, and I hope you all have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Peace.